Hello, everybody. Welcome. I am just making sure I have all my streams up and going and in my group because I can never see it. So I have to open it up separate. But I'm so excited to be here. Give me one second. There we go. I'm so excited to be here. I have not been on a live in 2 weeks. We were in Japan last week and it was phenomenal. But it's funny how you miss your day to day things even on vacation. Like, I miss interacting, I miss like talking to my students. I told them like 3 or 4 times that I was like missing the crap out of them in our calls and all of that. And so, like, to be back and into the swing of things is phenomenal, but you can't replace that experience as well. Hey, everybody, I see you in the group. Okay, cool. You can't replace the experience of traveling and investing. And I will talk about the deal that I closed while in Japan, and all of that. And it's just, there's nothing that tops that. There's nothing that tops like seeing the business run no matter where you are in the world. And that's why I wanted to do the virtual wholesaling as the topic here. So, for those of you that don't know who we are just yet, my name is Liz. I am Laura Alamary's daughter. Laura has been investing since 1987. That's a lot of time. That's over 35 years. She's done wholesaling, buying, hold, fix, and flip, raising private money. You name it, she's done it. She has the knowledge on it. It's phenomenal. And then I followed in her footsteps about 7 years ago. Now, what is different about me is I only wholesale right now. Now, that's going to change in April. I am going to be buying my first set of rentals. I'm flying into St. Louis, where I already invest as a wholesaler. I'm meeting up with my boots on the ground. We're going to go view homes. And I've thought about doing a virtual, but why not go back, to where I grew up and live that kind of life and see it in person. I'm going to be documenting it for my students, the entire journey of me getting into rentals. And they said something really cool once that was like, it's really cool to see a coach be so willing to be new at something and share where she struggles and stuff instead of just acting like I have it, right? So you guys will get to go on that journey with me, students, which a lot are on the call. I missed you guys. A lot are in the Facebook group commenting right now. But if you are on any of our other channels, team, let me know. I know they're watching. If anyone's on YouTube or LinkedIn or Instagram, say hi. I have my team watching, but if you say hi, I can usually see it on our stream. And I just want to see who all is here. Super excited about it. So let's get into wholesaling. I started building my wholesaling business 7 years ago. I am a single mother. I was then, I still am now. And I wanted to build this business to where I could really do anything. And I was not in a good place. Okay. Like, I was incredibly broke. I was actually negative. And so I had to borrow any money from my mom for my LLC, for the money for the earnest money deposit down, which was only $10, but I had to borrow everything. We weren't eating like my son was. I wasn't. And things were just really bad. So I started with wholesaling. But the one thing I wanted to do was I wanted to be there. I wanted to travel. I wanted to do things. And it was really important for me to be there for my son through every aspect because I had went through a divorce. His dad is military. He does not live near us. Everything was on my shoulders to make this happen. And so I wanted it virtual so that I never had to show homes. So in the last 7 years, I have not shown a single home. I've never met a seller in person. I have never walked through a property. I have never had to be the one to take pictures of the property. I have done this completely virtual. I'm going to give you the 10 steps here. Now, if you do not have the PDF that we promoted on Tuesday, the PDF so that you could fill it out today, you can go back, but you can also just write the steps down. Okay. So either way, you get to do that. And I'm super, super excited to share those steps. Now, one thing I tell everybody on our workshops and our master classes, in our retreats, our live events, is do not compare your beginning to my middle. Do not stress, oh my gosh, this looks like it's so much work. It's not. That's the beauty of having mentors that have already walked the talk. We streamline it for you. We give you the steps and you don't have to guess what comes next, right? So we have that 10-step PDF. If you want to go back and get it, it was a PDF that we posted on Tuesday on our social media platform. If you are coming through YouTube, just go ahead and say, hey, I would love that PDF. I'll make sure my team gets that to you. But I'm going to pull up that 10 step here so I stay. Now there's little icons that kind of give you what it is going to be, but I want to make sure we stay on track because I will definitely run off. Okay, are we excited? And I know it's going to be asked, well, Liz, how many deals do you do on a monthly basis virtually? On average, I wholesale a minimum of 6 deals consistently. Every once in a while, I have like a 4 or 5 deal month, but I do this virtual. I don't see homes, and it's exciting, and it involves technology, guys, and it involves paying other people to help you. I have to make that clear. I didn't make that clear once, and apparently that was an issue. You do have to pay these people to help you. You need a boots on the ground in the area that you're investing. So let's jump into it. Excited? Okay, I see one extremely. I see nothing on my Facebook Live or on my other streams, so I don't know if comments are coming through and I'm just not seeing it. Team, let me know. Um, and let's go through. There we go. All right. I have someone on YouTube saying she would love to have the PDF. Can you please get that to her? Now, this is blank. This is blank on purpose. I wanted you guys to attend. I'm not going to type everything out. I want you to attend, take the notes that resonate with you, and let's go. So, the very first thing to do is choosing the area. Why do we have you do this before building a business entity? I didn't say this. So I live in Fort Myers, the Fort Myers area. Okay. I started investing when I lived in Fort Lauderdale. And you can do it locally, so that's fine. But I do deals. My two biggest markets are St. Petersburg slash Tampa and St. Louis. I've done deals in Illinois. I've done deals in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. I've done deals in the Winter Haven, Orlando area. So I've done deals a little bit everywhere. Okay. Um, but my main markets are there. So I had to choose the area first because, for example, if I'm doing St. Louis, then I need an LLC and a business entity set up there. So if you are in like New York City, which by the way, if you're in New York City, you need to come see us next weekend. If you want information on that, comment, I want to come to New York City and see you. And I will make sure my team, Amanda, will get you the link. Come to see us. Okay. But let's say you're in New York City. Okay. It's very hard to wholesale there. So what do? You can either branch out of New York City or you can pick another state. So let's say you pick Wisconsin. I don't know why that came to my head, but let's say you pick Wisconsin. Then you have to choose that area in Wisconsin, decide that's a good area. You run your numbers and all of that. And then you're like, okay, now you go into step number 2, which is then you open up your business entity to invest in that area. So, for example, my 2 main markets that I do deals are in Missouri and Florida. So I have an LLC in Missouri. I have an LLC in Florida. Does that make sense? I'll be there. I can't wait to see you. I know, I'm so excited. Okay. Amanda, if you can also comment on the other streams, that link, that would be great. Actually, I'll do it because I have access to all the streams. Okay. So you're going to come and see us in New York City. Phenomenal. Okay. And now let's get back on track. ADD. So I'm just because I'm so excited to be here. It's been too long. So you have number 1 is choosing the right area. Number 2 is opening up a business entity there. We are not tax. This is very, very important. I say this. We are not tax professionals. We cannot give you legal advice. We are talking on experience. Everything we do is from experience. So you need to talk to a tax professional to open up your business LLC. If you have any questions, please ask them. Okay. So I have 2 LLCs in each area that I invest in each state. If I were to branch out, which I'm talking about branching out into a 3rd state, then I will open up an LLC there. Okay, so now those are the first 2. Number 3 is then we want to talk a little about finding buyers. The market is shifting, okay, and everyone's freaking out. Why? It's the best opportunity as investors. And then anyone's telling you that it's going to be hard and get out of real estate, They're just trying to eliminate competition. It's the best time as an investor to get into real estate. You are going to reinvent yourself. You are going to have a phenomenal time. Laura is actually going to do a live for our students on this. She may do a live for the public here when she gets back from Japan because people are freaking out. There is nothing to freak out about. So Warren Buffett says it best. When people are being greedy is the time that you should be fearful. And when people are fearful is the time that you should be greedy. So people are getting fearful here. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not get scared. Trust your people. Trust the people that you trust to mentor you. Let them guide you through it. Laura has been through 3 recessions. I'm not even nervous. Everyone in COVID was saying that all this is going to happen, and it actually became the best time in real estate to buy. And Laura was telling everyone that. So listen to that. Understand that. Okay. Getting back on track. So now you need to find a couple of buyers because you need to see what they are buying right now in this market. Are they actively buying? What are they paying for? That kind of stuff. So you don't need to get like a crazy amount. Get like talk to 2 to 3, 4 buyers in the area that you have chosen. Just make sure you kind of understand what's going on. What do you see that they're buying? And then move on. Okay. Don't stress on that. You're going to get more buyers when you actually have a property under contract. So then the next thing is you are going to go and find the leads. These are seller leads. This is step number 4. You want to go find leads. Now, we have a bunch of quick win strategies that we give. We have long-term strategies, but you want to start going out there and finding these seller leads. That's why there's like a little funnel on this image, is finding these seller leads and really starting to funnel them into your business. Then going into number 5 and marketing to them. Now, our students do receive the steps on how to acquire properties. What do they do? How do they do it? How do they reach out to these people? That is step number 5, though, is marketing to those leads. So you're going to start marketing to these sellers. You're going to start talking to them. You're going to start going into negotiations with them, all of that, and start really talking. Now, is it going to be harder to negotiate the next few months? It depends on how much you have practiced and learned on negotiations. That's all I'm going to say. Is it really just depends on that, but you're never going to get good unless you start calling and figuring it out. So you want to start calling and marketing and figuring out what works best for the area that you're investing in. For example, I live in Fort Myers and like the Cape Coral area. We are like 75% retirees, if not like 90%. Okay. Everybody's old here. Love you guys if you're here, but let's be real. You all are old. So I'm not going to be texting you. I'm going to call you or direct mail you. Direct mail is my last resort. I'm not going to text you. Okay. Y'all, you guys, if you're anything like my stepdad, who repels technology, you will toss your phone trying to text me back. So you have to figure out that strategy dependent on the area that you are in. Okay. So then you have that. You are negotiating, you're talking to your seller. Go into step number 6, which is contracts with your seller. So in this case, we are talking about wholesaling. You are the end buyer when you are talking to a seller. So you guys go under contract. You go under contract and you start, you have a deal, you start negotiating, you go under contract. Now I'm going to give you a really quick tip here. Please put that contract with the title company as soon as you're done. As soon before you start marketing it, you need to make it a valid contract. In order to make it a valid contract, you have to have monetary consideration. So I tie up all contracts for $10. Yes, $10 earnest money deposit. We have ways to get around it if they want more, things like that. But I am putting a lot of contracts out there on a weekly basis, right? And so I'm not going to tie up $100, whatever $1,000. I meant to say $1,000, $5,000. I'm not going to tie that up. So I put $10 down, tie it up. You have to have even $1 can tie up a contract with a title company. So you do that. You put that under contract. That is number 6. And you go to number 7, which is market to your end buyers. Now, these are people that you've already talked to in step number 3. You can start with them, but then you can start reaching out to people in the area that have bought. There's a lot of ways to market to buyers. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the better priced your home is, the better you can negotiate it down, the quicker you are going to find buyers. You have made it as an investor when about 90, 95% of your properties don't even hit the social media market because your buyers eat them up. I have a lady in St. Pete that literally eats up probably 95% of my properties. She's the first one I go to. She makes a lot of money off of me, so she is quick to respond. If I see something that comes across and I'm like, hey, I got something that's about to go under contract here, these are the numbers. She's like, oh, consider it sold. That's the kind of buyers you want to get, but it takes time to get there, guys. So you're going to have to market, and you have to, we call it the pit bull mentality. You latch on and you market the crap out of this. You do not let go of this contract. If you have to go back and renegotiate because buyers are coming in a heck of a lot lower and there's consistent numbers supporting that, then you might have to do that. But do not let go of this. I have a 10-step process that gets any property sold in 3 weeks or less. And it goes into what you have to do. What do you do if you have to go back? What do you have to put in your contracts to make sure you can renegotiate if need be or assign the contract? There are different things here, but then you need to start marketing. And people are like, well, they're not even nervous about getting an under deal with sellers. They're like, what if I can't find a buyer? So I'm like, well, if it's priced right, you'll find a buyer. That's the easiest steps of all of this is finding a buyer. Right. So as you're marketing to the buyers, that's step number 7. You go into step number 8, which is your boots on the ground. This can be a family member. This can be an agent that you work with there in the area that's really knowledgeable, somebody you trust. You want a boots on the ground. They're going to show the property for you. They can take pictures for you. I actually have a wholesaling workshop coming up here in a couple of weeks. It's free. I'll start promoting that here soon. Where I go a little more deeper into that. But you want a boots on the ground, somebody that can do this and you can market and really start talking to your buyers. Number 9 is finalizing the B2C. So you find a buyer. In this case, you are now the seller. You are B. You are the seller, and you find this end buyer who is your C. And they are going, you guys go into negotiations, you put a deal under contract. And then number 10 is you go to closing and you repeat this process. Those are the steps. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, it's not that easy. The steps are easy. It's not the steps. It's when you get into talking to sellers, what do you say? Okay, they have liens. How do you handle that? That is where it gets complicated. But I'm telling you, the very first deal I'm never going to forget. And Laura said I was going to feel this way. And I was like, uh-huh. But she said, the very first deal, you're going to feel like it was too easy. You're going to feel like you missed something. They're going to laugh at you when you head to the title company, because she always recommends, if you can, picking up your check in person. But even if not, like right before closing, you're going to be like, that was it. That was it. That's all I had to do. And I just made 10, 15, 20, 50, $100,000 off of this deal. I've seen all of it. And it is. Those are the steps. I think it's us as women, love you guys, but we tend to overthink, overanalyze, and overcomplicate the things that happen. You tend to think of, what if this happens? Well, don't deal with what if it happens until it actually happens, because 90% of what you're worrying about is actually not going to happen. So you want to just really go out there and start implementing these steps. I am going to have a full-on workshop, but we are not going to talk about that today because I want you guys to really soak that knowledge in. What I do want to talk about is we have 2 weeks worth of raffles I have to give out. So I hope, was this helpful though? At least understanding the steps to virtual virtual wholesaling. Was that helpful? Go ahead and comment. I'm going to get into the raffles. So we have 2 weeks worth of raffles. Thank you, Jennifer. I prefer to do these live. It's really important for me. This is my favorite part of the week, is raffle announcing. So last week we had our private lender. He is going to be at our retreat, ladies. We have a retreat that we are launching next week to the public. Right now, my students get first dibs, and they're grabbing up a lot of the seats. I just hate to say it, but they're grabbing up a lot of our VIP seats and stuff. But they get first access. But here's the thing, super exciting, is one of our private lenders wanted to raffle off a $100 gift card last week. So let me pull that into the stream here. Let's talk about this. How do you get entered into our weekly raffles? Easy enough. You just have to comment in our Facebook group. So if you're not part of our Facebook group, definitely get into it. Just search Real Estate Investing Women. You'll see my face, or you'll see the group, and you get in there and just start commenting. The people that comment the most get rewarded. This is to build a community. This is to build, we have a very interactive community. I'm in there. My team is in there all the time. And we're there all the time. So in order to win that, you have to comment. Whoever comments throughout the week gets the most, like this winner here. So I have 2 raffles because I have to announce last week because I was out of the country, and this week here. And then let's talk a little bit about what else we can go. I can talk all day if you really want me to. But first raffle is Martina Martin. Congratulations. Now, how you claim this is you have to email in to Amanda at questions@realestateinvestingwomen.com. You won the $100 gift card from Swift Lending from Amazon. And what they're going to do, they're actually going to be at the retreat too. So you could thank them in person. I am hoping you're planning on coming. And so congratulations. You won that. Oh, you're on. Awesome. You won the $100 gift card to Amazon. Now, the second one is this is for this week. So this lady came in and just went ham this week, and we are giving out a crumble cookie raffle. So good. I am so excited about this one. And so so we are giving out the crumble cookie raffle to this week's winner. We're going to send it over to you today. You have 1 week to claim these raffles. You have 1 week. And what this is just interaction. So let me get the name real quick. Here we go. All right. Kind of weird. You guys have the same last name. This was not planned. Donna Marler Martin. You won this week's this week's raffle. So congratulations. Thank you so much for all the interaction that you've been giving us. Awesome. When are you coming to the California Bay Area, San Jose? I am coming to California. I think they're still deciding when. It's Laguna Beach area, I think is what they were talking about. So I don't know if that's a bit of a drive for you. I'm blanking on where everything is located there. I've been there many times. But we are coming to the California area in November for a conference. We will meet with students during that time to see everybody. We kind of do like a pop-up meeting and all of that. So congratulations to my wonderful winners here. Let me remove this. And I want to talk a little bit about what it's like to work with our community. We are, if you're wanting to know how to do more of what I talked about, if you're wanting to like build a really really big company, you want to get into wholesaling, you want to do virtual, you want to work with me more on a closer basis, you want the steps, you want the know how to do it, you want me to share my screen, you want constant training. My students are in here. They constantly comment how amazing it is to be in our program. I am offering for you guys to schedule a call with us. I'm offering for you to schedule a call. Amanda's going to post that link here into the chat, and then I will take it and post it everywhere else. Schedule a call with us and see if we can help you reach your goals. What we are offering today is we are offering that if you decide to sign up during that call, you get 2 free general admission tickets to our retreat. We are going to give you one of those tickets for the main person, which would be you, for talking to you, is we are going to actually give you we were free upgrade to the elite experience. What is that? So this is amazing. And students, don't worry, I'm going to raffle a few off to you too throughout the next couple of weeks. But what this is our retreat covers wholesaling, buy and hold, fix and flip, Airbnb, private money. We're going to have guest speakers there. We're talking virtual. We're talking everything. But my students go into a separate room most of the time because they already have access to this training. So they get to go and work hands-on with the coaches on a one-on-one basis pretty much. And this is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, May 19th through the 21st. We open to the public next week. But what this is what the elite experience is we have a mermaid show going on over dinner, a private dinner like with the coaches. So you get to do that. We're doing a bus tour. We're actually taking you into the field. You're going to get to meet other investors and you get to view their homes, walk through demo homes that are in the middle of fix and flip, homes that are about to get rented out. You get to talk, ask questions. We take you driving for dollars. We ask questions the entire. It's so fun. People love it. We have yoga on the beach every morning. My students are actually going to get a surprise. All they know is that there's surprise things happening just for the students during this retreat. It's going to be a whole vibe. It's going to be a whole vibe. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited. This is the first of its kind on this kind of scale. And then, of course, we're going to have title companies there. We're going to have the private lender. We're going to have a real estate attorney there. We have agents there. There's like a lot of info coming in. All of my coaches fly in for this. I have students coming from California, Canada. We have students from all over the place. This is worth the weekend away. The hotel is on the beach. I mean, we open the conference door and you step into sand. Like, this is going to be a whole vibe. It's going to be so fun. Anyone that's been to a previous one, it's always worth coming back. We always change it up. Yeah, Mermaid Show. And I actually went there for my birthday a couple years ago. Talk about coming back full circle. It's phenomenal. While we're eating, there's a show going on in the tank behind you, or in front of you. So it's pretty cool. So I wanted to talk about that. So if you do end up scheduling calls, signing up during your call with us, we do honor that free upgrade to the Elite experience. And that's the kind of the bonus we're giving this week. Next week, it's going to be something totally different. We'd also very rarely raffle off the retreat tickets because it's a whole vibe. You should come regardless of the raffle or not. So I told my students the same thing. I'm like, hey, but here's the thing. We are already halfway sold out of our Elite experience just based off of our students alone. So when we launch this next week, if you do not sign up, there is a chance that you will risk losing that spot. That's why I'm giving it as an option now before we announce it to the public. There's only 24 spots on this bus. The dinner is the same thing. It's very limited. So I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know. And I'm not trying to like do that whole scare tactic thing. Okay. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just being honest. We don't do the scare tactics. We don't like that. So, okay, I'm going to get off here, but I hope that that PDF was helpful. The 10 steps, the biggest recommendation I give to my team and my students is get out there. Just start doing it. You will learn way more. Stop living in the fear. Start doing the steps. Stop wondering what if this happens, because 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen. Just do it. Just go and do it, and then worry about what happens when it actually happens. Okay. So definitely schedule a call with us. I would love to work with you more one-on-one, students. I'm going to see you here in a little bit. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday. Enjoy your weekend and stay tuned for those of you that are not students, about our upcoming retreat. And if you're in New York City, I want to see you. There's no excuse. And we have people coming from Ohio, I think, to New York City and stuff like that. It's a 4-hour event where you can actually meet us. And obviously, it's on virtual real estate investing. You're going to learn stuff. There's food, we're raffling, that kind of thing. If you can't make it to New York, come to the retreat. Even if you can make it to New York, you will not regret our events. We make them fun, we make them exciting, and we're just super excited to see everyone. Okay, I'm coming from Pennsylvania. Yeah, Martina, you're coming to New York and the retreat. So that's awesome. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful, fantastic day. Definitely find me, Kara, because there's going to be like 75 people in the room in New York. So definitely come and find me. And we'll see you guys next week, if not sooner. Bye, everybody.